Leeds return to the top of the table over in the Championship despite Burnley hitting 5 past bottom of the table. Plymouth, what's going to go on this weekend as we take a little look next? That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. It's all about match number 29, that's right, over in the Championship. And we'll get to it in a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe and your one-stop shop for Championship, Blackburn Rovers, World Football. We've got it all here under one rooski. That's right, busy old double match week this past week. But what went on, of course, we'll take a look at that in a minute. And, of course, we're looking forward to the next round of games when we have some absolute crackers this coming weekend. But what about you guys? Make sure you subscribe. Your one-stop shop for Championship is right here. And also hit the old thumbs up and smash the little bell. While I have you, big shout out to the patrons and big shout out to the members. But let's get into the deep end and take a little look back at this past midweek's action. Alrighty then, folks, turn the clock back to this past midweek and have a little look at the results. Of course, my predictions are on the left-hand side. The real deal is on the right. Not the greatest picks for me this weekend, but this midweek. But I'm going to change it up this weekend. That's right. Coming at you, Rovers were shit against Coventry. 2-0 shambles. Meanwhile, Derby also lost at home to Sunderland, which I called. Hull City, though, under Ruben Alvarez, not really working out as well as expected. Marty Cuviente's boys 2-1 winners over Hull at the MKM. Borough did beat Tony Mowbray's West Brom in the Mowbray Derby there. Oxford with a 3-2 win over Luton, who continue to flounder. Meanwhile, Swansea with a loss against Sheffield United predicted it bang on the bloody nose. Watford lost at home to Vicarage Road. Preston are on the up. Millwall and Cardiff couldn't be separated with a 2-2 draw. Leeds with a 2-0 win over Norwich. I went with a 3-1 win. Portsmouth did beat Stoke 3-1. I went with a 2-1 win. Sheffield Wednesday and Bristol City 2-2 thriller in the end. And then, of course, Plymouth got thumped. Absolutely thumped by the freaks, the six-fingered dingoes. Dingalingos, you know who I am. It's their bloody Burnley lot. Quick look at the table then, shall we? Of course, it is Leeds right now. Of course, 59 points and Sheffield United. Both of those two clubs will be going up if the season was to end today. Going down, it will be Hull, it will be Luton, and it will be Plymouth right here, right now. But it's still anybody's guess as to who is going down. Portsmouth on the up, Stoke with a bit of a bump, Cardiff flopped around, and Derby gets sucked right into the thick of things, and it could be decision time. If decision time, and you got to make your decisions right here, right now, as we head into the next round of games. Now, I am on the road, so please forgive me. We're going to go a little bit cheaper on the old production quality this week. Alrighty then, folks, let's look forward to this coming Friday, of course, as the weekend's action gets underway. Chris Wilder and Sheffield United up against Ruben Sellers and Hull City, that's right. Coming at Bramall Lane, they played each other 20 times in 2006, 11 wins for the Blades, 5 wins for the Tigers. It's been 4 draws between the two sides. Sheffield United rocking in second in the table right now with 58 points for the campaign, just 1 defeat in the last 3. Up against Hull, just 1 win in the last 5, that's right, as Hull continue to struggle and get their season back on track. Over the last 6, though, Sheffield United picking up 5 wins and just the 1 draw. And speaking of that draw, that was all the way back in February 2022. They've only conceded 1 goal, Sheffield United, against Hull City in those last 6. The Blades on the back of that 2-1 win over Swansea. Hull losing at home to QPR. I don't have the best of odds right now because my system's all out of whack here. But I can tell you, overwhelmingly, Sheffield United are favoured for the victory here. And I'm going with that mentality with the bookies. I'm going to go with a victory for Sheffield United, 3-1 win under the lights on Friday night. Let's go to Saturday, one of the early kickoffs. It is Luton. It is Millwall. It's coming at Kenilworth Road. That's right. Matt Bloomfield's boys yet to get going under the new coach and still haven't picked up a victory since he's taken over. Still in 23rd right now with 26 points for the season. They haven't won in the last 7 matches. They're on 8% form right now. Millwall on the flip side under Alex Neil, of course, getting there, but not really moving at a dramatic pace. They're 17th in the table, 31 points for the season, and they've only picked up 1 win in the last 6. They played each other 21 times since 1994, just 4 wins Luton, 6 wins Millwall, 11 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at Kenilworth Road, it was a 2-2 draw way back in February 2023. They already played each other this season at Millwall. It was a 1-0 win for Luton back in September. A lot of draws knocking around. In fact, Luton are unbeaten against Millwall over the last 6. That's just picking up 2 wins, and the rest have been draws, of course. Luton losing to Oxford most recently. Millwall with a draw at home to Cardiff. The odds for this one, again, don't have the best, but I can tell you Luton are favoured for the victory here. Millwall are the underdogs. I'm going to go with I think I'm going with a Luton victory here. They've got to win someday. Well, what better to do it in front of their own fans at Carrow Road. Let's go to Norwich, and it's the Canaries up against the Swans. That's right, at Carrow Road. Jonas Torp's boys on the back of 3 successive defeats. They're 12th in the table, 36 points for the season. Up against Swansea under Luke Williams without a win in the last 5. They're 15th in the table with just 34 points for the campaign. They played each other 21 times since 2008, 9 wins apiece, 3 draws between the two sides. Last time around over at this venue, it was a 2-2 draw back in April 2024. They picked up a win, though, Swansea, when they played in Wales back in September. In fact, Swansea are unbeaten against Norwich over the last 4, picking up 3 wins and just the 1 draw. In fact, they've only lost once against them in the last 6. Oh, wow. Meanwhile, Norwich on the back of that 2-0 loss to Leeds, back-to-back, actually 3 games now without goal for Norwich. Concerning times in front of goal. Meanwhile, the Swans on the back of that 2-1 loss to Sheffield United. Again, 3 successive defeats for them. Not looking good at the moment. The bookies for this one, though, they go with Norwich, of course, with the home form. Swansea, the underdogs, going with that as well. I think Norwich will find the back of the net and get the first victory in a long time against the Swans. Let's go to Stoke City then. Are we going to go to Stoke? We are, but it's going to be a little bit of I've got a little bit of a navigate here because my fucking system is wank at the moment. Meanwhile, Stoke, they're up in action, up against Oxford United, who just on this unbeaten kick-ass run right now. It's going to take place at the Bet365. Mark Roberts Stoke currently find themselves 19th for the table, 28 points for the season. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. That 1 defeat was the most recent game, of course. Oxford under Gary Rowett, just 1 defeat in the last 6 themselves. So they're both on a good run. I know Stoke are expecting more at the moment, with only 1 win in the last 5, but 58% form for them up against Oxford 67. Oxford are on 14th right now, 35 points, and have played Stoke 7 times since 1993. They picked up 4 wins, 1 win with Stoke, and 2 draws between the two sides. The last time I played at this venue, it was a 0-0 draw way back in November 1997. They also already played each other at the Kazam. It was a 1-0 win for Oxford back in September. Oxford are unbeaten against Stoke over the last 3, losing just once in the last 6. Stoke on the back of that 3-1 loss to Pompey. Oxford picking up a cheeky 3-2 win over Luton. The odds for this one then, shall we? What are we looking at? We are looking, I don't know, I honestly don't know, don't have it in front of me, but I would anticipate Stoke will probably be slight favourite being at home, but this was tough. This was very, very tough. Going to go with a 1-1 draw. Both sides can draw. Oxford definitely more deadly at home than they are away, and Stoke still trying to find their feet under the new coach. Excuse me. Meanwhile, the game of the day is coming at you at Thrashton Gate. It's Bristol City. It's Blackburn Rovers. It's one I'm not really looking forward to. But Liam Manning's Bristol City coming into in 9th for the table. Just 1 win in the last 5 for them. Up against Rovers, picking up back-to-back defeats for them, but 2 wins in the last 6. But they're coming into slightly worse form than that. Bristol City, 42% for Rovers and 50% for Bristol City. Rovers are in 6th right now. Bristol City are in 9th. Just 4 points separate the two sides. They played each other 20 times to 2012. 7 wins Bristol City. 8 wins Blackburn Rovers, 5 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue was a 5-0 win for Bristol City. In fact, it does seem to be leaning towards the home side in this venue. Rovers have only lost once in the last 4, and that was at Thrashton Gate. Philly Pete knows he was there. In fact, a lot of the Rovers mafiosos were there. Bristol City in the back of that 2-2 draw against Sheffield Wednesday. Coventry, I think Blackburn did lose to Coventry most recently. So that's back-to-back games without a goal for Rovers. The odds here on this one, Bristol City are favoured. Blackburn Rovers are the underdogs. And that's probably where I'm going as well. I don't fancy us here. I really don't. We're lacking goals. We're lacking players. We're lacking motivation at the minute, despite being in sixth spot. I want to win. I want to get something out of this game, but I just think Bristol City, if I'm going to be honest with you, are going to win this game. 2-0 winners for the Robins in this one. Let's go to Wales then. Cardiff up against Derby County, coming to over in Wales. Cardiff under Omar Ritza, unbeaten in the last 6. 20 for the table, 28 points for the campaign. Up against Derby, who haven't won in at least the last 6. They've actually lost 6 on the spin. They're 21st in the table, 27 points for the campaign. They have played each other 33 times since 2003. 14 wins Cardiff, 9 wins Derby, 10 draws between the two sides. The last time played in Wales, it was a 1-0 win for Cardiff back in March 2022. The reverse fixture at Pride Park was a 1-0 win for Derby, that's right. Derby on the back of that 1-0 loss to Sunderland. Cardiff drew with Millwall most recently. Back-to-back games unbeaten. Actually, they were unbeaten in at least 6. Yeah, I did say that, didn't I? The odds for this one, Cardiff are favoured. Derby look like they might have to sack their coach because of a couple of more defeats and they'll be in that drop zone. And they've yet to play their trump card, as have Portsmouth. They've never played their wild card and changed their manager. So those are the two next in line, you would imagine. And yes, Cardiff favoured for the victory, and they're going to win this one as well. 2-1 winners for them on this one. Coventry City up against Watford, coming at you at the RCA Stadium, coming at you on Saturday, 25th of Jan. Coventry under Frank Lampard, winning 3 on the bounce right now, 30 for the table, 35 points for the campaign. Up against Watford, Tom Cleverly, just 1 win in 6. Not great for them. They are 8 for the table, 41 points for the campaign as well. 31 times they've played since 1999. 9 wins Coventry, 13 wins Watford. There's been 9 draws between the two sides. Speaking of draws, the last time played at this venue, it was a draw. It was a 3-3 Bobby Dazzler, and it also was a draw at the Vicarage Road way back in September. Coventry, though, are unbeaten against Watford over the last 6. They picked up 2 wins and those 4 draws. Coventry picking up back-to-back wins, back-to-back clean sheets. They look at the part right now. Up against Watford, who, of course, picking up back-to-back, a loss against Preston. They did beat Derby, but everyone's beaten Derby right now. Of course, the odds for this one then, again, Coventry overwhelming favourite here. Watford looking like they might take another L on this one. Going to go with the victory for Coventry on this one as well, to make it another win for Frank Lampard's boys. Meanwhile, Preston North End are slowly going under the radar. They currently find themselves 16th right now. Just 1 defeat in the last 6, and Paul Heck in bottom. 60 for the table, 34 points for the campaign. Up against Borough and Michael Carrick, 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost and drawn 2, 44 points for the season. They are 25th in the table. 25 times they've played since 2006. 6 wins Preston, 12 wins Borough, 7 draws between the two sides. The last time played at Deepdale was a 2-1 win for Preston. The reverse fixture at Riverside was a 1-1 draw. It typically favours the home side here, with the away side not winning in at least the last 6. The last time the away side won was when Preston beat Borough at Riverside back in November 2021. Preston on the back of that 2-1 win over Watford, Borough beating West Brom most recently. The odds here, again, I haven't got the greatest, but it looks like Middlesbrough are favoured for the victory at Deepdale. I'm not too sure I'm believing in that. Oh, I am. Sorry, I take that back. I am believing in it. Yep, they picked up the win last time around, get back into momentum. They are in the playoffs, they're trying to maintain that. And Preston are probably due a loss. So 2-1 win because they got Rovers next. So you know they'll lose this one. They'll bounce back with a win against Rovers because that's how it works. QPR up against Sheffield Wednesday, coming at you at Loftus Road. This one's interesting. Marty Cuvientis' boys, 10 for the table, 38 points for the campaign. Up against Sheffield Wednesday under Danny Rowe, who are 11th. They're on 38 points as well. So both sides coming in on 38 points. QPR though winning 4 of the last 5. Up against Sheffield Wednesday, haven't won in the last 4. They played each other 38 times as well. Since 1994, 13 wins QPR, 15 wins Sheffield Wednesday. There's been 10 draws between the two sides. Last time they played over at Loftus Road, it was a 2-0 win for Wednesday, who are unbeaten against QPR over the last 3, including that draw at Hillsborough way back in September. So QPR on the back of that 2-1 win over Hull. Wednesday could only draw against Bristol City. The odds for this one, pretty split down the middle on the bookies. The draw looks favourable. I think, am I going to draw on this one? I might be going QPR. Yeah, QPR have just been good. And I am not ruling out any of these two for the playoffs right now because it does appear to be top 4. They're going to do their own thing. 5th and 6th seems to be up for grabs. QPR on Wednesday are not out of it just yet. QPR definitely are on a good uptick right now. Sunderland up against Plymouth Argyle coming at the Stadium Light. Reggie Lebrie's boys are 4th for the table, 54 points for the campaign. They have just lost once in the last 5. Up against Plymouth under Miran Muslic. Back-to-back defeats for him since taking over. They are rock bottom, 21 points, 24 for the table. 13 times they have played since 2004. 7 wins Sunderland, 5 wins Plymouth, 1 draw between the two sides. The last time I played over at Sunderland, it was a 3-1 win for Sunderland back in February 2024. The reverse fixture, 3-2 win it was for Plymouth back in September. The Mackems on the back of that 1 win over Derby, back-to-back clean sheets, back-to-back games without a goal for Plymouth, and both those games were at home. That is a sign of relegation because Plymouth were banking on their home form to stay up. They're going down. We can call it right here, right now. Sunderland, overwhelming favourites. Plymouth, no hopers in the bookies' eyes. No hopers in my eyes as well, despite they turned over 5 at home to Burnley. Concerning times. 3-1 win for Sunderland. In the end, then Tony Mowbray takes on Portsmouth at the Hawthorns as West Bromwich Albion trying to get back to winning ways without a win now in the last 4. 7 for the table, 41 points for the campaign. Up against Portsmouth. John Mousinho, back-to-back wins. They're on an uptick of form right now. They're 18th for the table with 29 points for the season. They played each other 26 times since 1993. 14 wins for the Baggies, 9 wins for Portsmouth. 3 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue was a 1-1 draw back in December 2008. The reverse fixture at Portsmouth, 3-0 winners as it was for West Brom back in September. West Brom on the back of that 2-0 loss to Borough. Portsmouth on the back of successive wins. The last time on the road, though, they did lose. The odds for this one, we got Baggies are favoured here. Portsmouth, the underdogs. I think I'm going to give Mowbray his first victory on this one. Just the 1-0 win. Not big, not impressive, but enough to finally get the wheels moving and get his first win under the box. And then wrapping up with a bit of a Bobby Dazzler. That's right. It is Burnley. It is Leeds. It is, of course, atop of the table. Crunch Clash. Burnley are in third right now. 56 points on the season. Up against Leeds, 59 points for the season. Turdmore played each other 23 times since 2004. 8 wins. Burnley, 13 wins. Leeds, 2 draws between the two sides. Burnley are unbeaten in the last 6, picking up 3 wins in the last 4. Up against Leeds, 3 wins on the spin, also unbeaten in the last 6. They last played over at Ellen Road, at Turdmore, was a 1-1 draw back in August 2021. The reverse fixture at Ellen Road this season was a 1-0 win for Burnley. Burnley on the back of that 5-0 win over Plymouth. Back-to-back clean sheets for them. Up against Leeds, also on the back of 3 successive clean sheets. But all those games were at home. Last time on the road, they could only draw. So this one is interesting. The bookies go with Leeds on this one as favoured. I don't know. I think I am sitting on the fence. 1-1 draw, which I think favours Leeds, to be honest with you, taking points off of Burnley, who, of course, will be there. Sheffield United with the big win. So that pretty much wraps up what I've got for you here today. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash the like, smash the little bell, of course. And, of course, we'll be back with the Super Brew update next time around, guys and girls. So until then, though, get out there, get voting. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm all over the place. Get out there, smash your subscribe, smash the like, hit the little bell. We'll be back very, very soon. But until then, we're done. What a mess.